Hi, this is Richard C. I'm a math tutor here at Wyzant. I'm answering a question submitted by a student having to do with measuring the length of a swamp. So this is an application of the law of cosines, and we'll discuss the law of cosines in a minute. We'll get to more of it in a minute, but I just want to get the formula out here, which is for the law of cosines. It's c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of c. So you have the nice thing about law of cosines is you can use it on any arbitrary triangle. It doesn't have to be a right triangle or any particular kind of triangle. It could be obtuse, it could be acute, doesn't matter. And you have three angles, A, B, C, and across from each angle is side A, side B, side C. And which side and which angle you label as C would just be the thing that we're trying to solve for. It's totally arbitrary what names you give these angles and sides. The law of cosines is used for side angle side or side side side. So the first thing we have to do is look at the diagram and decide, do we have a law of cosine situation? You'll see in a minute that we do. So we have some kind of swamp here, and Kendra has put a stake in the ground, and she's measured the distance from the stake to the edge of the swamp here. That's 805 meters rather. And then from here to this edge of the swamp, she's measured 410, and the angle between these two things is 57 degrees. You can see that we have a side angle side situation here. So law of cosines is the appropriate thing to use. You would use either law of sines or law of cosines. Law of cosines is called for here. I'm just going to put this in green here. So that's our angle. This is our side C. Here's our angle C. And then this could be A or B. It doesn't matter. A, B, C here. This would be little a, and this would be little b. The important thing is that C is the angle of interest, or in this case, it's the side of interest. So let's go ahead and solve this. And you'll see very easy. It's mostly just calculator work here, so I'm just going to plug in here. So c squared, which is what we're after, this little c, it's the side, is going to be a squared, 410 squared plus b squared, which is 805, minus 2 times 410 times 805 times the cosine of 57. So c squared is going to be, according to my calculator, unless I made a calculator mistake, these two squares add up to 816, comma 125, and then this piece here, 2 times 410 times 805 times the cosine of 57, that adds up to 359,516, and then c is going to be the square root of that difference, because we have to take the square root of both sides here. So the difference here is 456,608, and when I take the square root, I get roughly 675. And you can see from the diagram that it looks like it might be 675. Of course, it's not drawn to scale. All we can do is sort of, try to estimate what it might be, and just to tell us whether we're sort of in the ballpark or outside the ballpark of what the answer should be. And, this seems pretty reasonable based on the diagram. Um, we would have to draw an angle. We would have to draw the diagram to scale. This would have to be really 57. This looks like it's a little bit bigger than 57, and then this would have to be roughly exactly twice the length of that one is. So this one looks a little short, but basically we're in the ballpark. So that's the way to do this one. So it's just a matter of trying to decide whether you want to use the law of cosines or the law of sines, and because it's side angle side, you would use law of cosines. Hopefully that explains everything clearly, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye-bye.